That's what someone was saying.
This guy in the back was the aggressive guy. He's the guy that came like he's gonna hit and everything. So they're standing here. You can't see it, but they're starting to like take stuff from like the. I have it on the other angle. So now you'll see. You can see he's coming forward. His friend like held him back. It was. So he's like, "Come outside, I'll F you up." So that's when I pulled out my phone. I started calling 911. And he came. My worker was like, "Get the F out of here." Because they're standing over there by the door trying to lure me outside.
Right.
Smart enough to know not to hit me in the store. These three guys came in. They started taking stuff off the coffee counter without making any purchase. Syrups, coffee lids, I don't know what it was. When I told them that they can't take stuff without purchasing it, they got very aggressive. They started calling me cheap this and cheap that, and suddenly one guy like lunged forward as if like to like, and he wanted to punch me. His friend grabbed his arm to like pull him back. They went to the door and they were trying to like lure me outside as if to like to fight them. I just pulled out my phone, called out 911, and then started following them outside because I wanted to.
Now your worker says he heard them say you cheap Jew.
Yeah, I asked my worker when I came back. Everything was like a little bit of a fog for me because it was happening so quick. So I asked them what they say. He goes, "No, they were like cheap Jew. They were like because I didn't let them take their coffee lids and the syrup without paying or stuff. So they like threw a cheap Jew expletive at me." But,
okay. And what was the police response? They didn't want to do anything. They couldn't do anything.
The police response, when I first reported it, the 911 asked me like if anybody was hit. I said that nobody was hit, but they're threatening to hit. And we just didn't let it escalate that far. So,
the police came right away.
No, Shomrim came way before. I followed them a couple of blocks. Shomrim came right away.
So you call 911 and they don't even come.
I came 911. I called 911, but then I realized if I stand here and wait 20 minutes for the cops to show, these guys are gone. They're done. So I started following them down East 18th Street towards Commonwealth. When I was standing by Commonwealth in the building, one of them took the coffee cup that was in his hand and actually hurled it at me, missed me, but threw it at me. But then I saw they started getting nervous because they thought that they were getting followed. So they went into a building lobby, and then I called Shomrim like about then. And I don't know, maybe a minute later, a guy shows up, and we started following them. And another guy came with his car. We just kept track of them throughout the blocks. We walked about 4 or 5 blocks, and then I saw a cop van on the corner. So I told them what was going on. So they drove, and eventually they caught up with them on East 18th and Avenue K. And then all the cops in Shomrim got involved, and that's where everything.
Okay, and at the end they didn't do anything.
No, because I don't know. I was trying to be honest. I said I don't remember exactly the words. I don't have a photographic memory. There was definitely a cheap something, a Jew or kike or something to that effect that went on. And when they saw that I was like struggling to like come up with the exact word that was said, and I.
Do you feel that the police officers were kept on asking you again and again, just trying to make this go away or something like that? Like how many times can you tell an officer this is what they said that they're trying to question?
So there were a couple of different things. Some of the police officers were just straight up it's obvious what's going on over here. And then there was another police officer, unfortunately, I don't know if it's because she was of color or whatever, but she was getting upset at me. She's like that I was not sure, and I was reporting as if it was a hate crime. Which listen, if someone's gonna say cheap Jew or cheap, and I'm trying to recover my memory for what exactly happened, then and she was seemed to be getting upset at me that my report was not exactly the exact words that I used before, and I was getting upset at her because I was like, listen, 3 guys came to the store, they're threatening us, I have it on camera, and here you're getting upset at me that I'm not I don't have a photographic memory and remember every single last detail of what happened. Mm-hmm. But when I came back to the store, I immediately went and asked my worker, who's not Jewish, who's Mexican. I said, "What did they say?" And he goes, "No, they called you a cheap Jew for not letting them have it," and then they start threatening aggression. But they very clearly called me a cheap Jew.
As a store owner, how concerned are you with this bail reform?
Oh, it's messed up. It's just, I mean, these were by age they were kids, but these kids were bigger than me, and the damage that they could have done, it's scary to think about it.
If Mayor de
It's
Blasio sees this video, what message would you tell him?
Oh gosh, we need to have a system of accountability, no matter what the age, because we're living in times where a 12-year-old can kill just as effectively as an 18-year-old, and I think that says it all. It's the outcome is going to be just as fatal or detrimental, regardless of the age, and we have to have some kind of better system, because kids today are a little bit smarter than a 12-year-old today is not a 12-year-old of yesterday, and yeah, there's got to be accountability.